failed, no matter. Try again, fail better. And W.H. Auden, in what could pass as a manifesto for education, says, the sense of danger must not disappear. The way is certainly both short and steep, however gradual it looks from here. Look if you like, but you will have to leap. And Jean Cocteau describes life as a horizontal fall. The hazard warning is a diagnostic assessment. Ironically, the assimilation of risk as an objective into assessment criteria for art has served to place risk safely within its own orthodoxy. Risk is now unable to leap into the void. And the problem or pleasure in evaluating or assessing Klien's leap is that it has no beginning and no end. Frozen in a moment of endless re-evaluations, its own continuous assessment, a selfie assessment. We start life falling and failing, we end life falling and failing, and like the moonwalkers, the young child's body has to get to grips with gravity. Over time, the body loses the means to keep itself upright, resulting in ever more falling and failing. With the grave of summative assessment leaping forward to wilderness. Klien used his leap as evidence of his ability to undertake unaided lunar travel. It was an attack on NASA, with Klien, the artist of space, denouncing NASA's lunar expeditions as time-wasting vanity. And in 1969, the Daily News led the media assessment with one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. And in terms of the miserable measurable, one small step may be a good start, but one giant leap with so little gravity is not so much of a target. The moon is a quarter the size of the Earth, or the moon's gravity is much less than the Earth's gravity, 83.3%, or 5/6 less to be exact. Any comparative evaluation of leaps like those measured at the London Leap Year Olympics must take such factors into account. And so art teachers face this false choice between making the important measurable or the measurable important. Avoiding this choice, the confident teacher leaps miraculously into the void. Blank spaces, blank instructions, blank paper, and blank expressions have always been a cause for alarm, the fear of that blank piece of paper, waiting for the drawing to land. Nicky Morgan's educational accountants view blank paper as a sign of failure, a lack of learning evidence. But we love the potential of blank paper, don't we? We're okay with the void. We're really okay with failure. And Klien's leap allows for many outcomes. Inconclusive conclusions. We arrive at or jump to a conclusion or no conclusion, but not the conclusion. Klien knew well how to leap and fall. His first love was judo, and wrote in his instruction manual, judo is in fact the discovery by the human body of a spiritual space. This recently discovered risk assessment manual shifts the assessment model away from the summative, thereby not hitting the ground, to the formative, remaining in the air and inconclusive. This manual of entirely blank pages, landing strips for our deconstructive thoughts, models the process. This book doesn't exist, except in the air. But the ending is a revelation, a real revelation. And other leaps and landings over time serve as peer evaluations of Klien's leap, including Lego, or Lego. Another risk assessment of Klien's leap lies in the falling and failing of Bastian Ada. Falls that are real and devoid of spectacle. Ada says, the artist's body as gravity makes itself its master. Jump, for God's sake, jump like your life depends on it, says Sandra Beasley in her theories of falling. I have always been fascinated by the tragic, says Ada, that is contained in the act of falling. The fall is a failure. In his falling films, Ada really does fall, low-key and matter-of-fact, unlike the stunts of Chaplin or Keaton, who always get up again. The tragedy, therefore, is resurrected through comedy. But Bastian Ada always lands somewhere, somehow, but we never see him rise from his fall. And in his final piece, In Search of the Miraculous, Bastianello disappeared into the void without trace, attempting single-handedly to cross the Atlantic. It was inconclusive for us, yet probably conclusive for him, his summative assessment. And Beckett's risk assessment of Klien or others' fall or fail states, to be an artist is to fail as no other dare fail. Klien and Ardo failed to provide their learning evidence, remain in the air, or at sea, with great distinction. As for today's question, art is in search of the miraculous.